Mika, what have you enjoyed most about your group's progress, second year under your system, and ultimately what they've showed you in training camp?
I think the buy-in. I'm really excited about the buy-in, not only to the offensive line room's standards, but to Coach Tosh and what he's implemented into our program. It's infectious, it's energetic, and I've been really pleased with the buy-in of the group.
You have a lot of returners along the interior. What have you noticed as some of the biggest differences and improvements from last year to this year?
Just consistency. I don't know how to elaborate more on that, but consistency on a day-to-day basis, on the daily process of attacking each challenge is way more formidable because there's way more consistency within that group.
What's the advantage for you being second year with these players?
Relationships. I think the lay of the land and getting these guys to buy in something that I believe in. You know, I went on my own, recruiting journey and felt really comfortable with Coach Tops and decided to return myself. Right, so the buy-in, I think, matriculates down to our players, and having a previous relationship with them, I think, has truly helped streamline the progression of that.
When you look at the way the offensive system has to complement what you guys are trying to do and vice versa, how have you and Coach Somerville been able to find the best version of working in symmetries?
Yeah, one, I appreciate how smart Coach Somerville is. He's extremely talented. Had a blast working for him. But he's also open. And I think he really takes time to look at the strengths of what our group does well. And I think he's gearing things to that. And to me, as the offensive line coach, when you're operating in that world, right, where your offensive coordinator is familiar with the O-line and their strengths, their weaknesses, and then catering what he's doing to them, I think that breeds a lot of success. So I'm really excited.
There's also been a lot of buy-in, not only when I see the guys responding to your teaching, but responding to Michael Saffel's teaching. What have you noticed about the best parts of having two guys being able to provide different perspectives?
Yeah, Coach Saffel, good friend of mine, but phenomenal coach, and he's got his hand in every part of the offense. But naturally, as a former center, he knows what he's doing in that world, right? So for him to bring perspective and check blind spots, not only helps me, but helps the kids in so many ways, be able to process information, see things differently, and then execute on the field.
And you look at what the group needs to continue to do better in the lead up to the opener. What do you need to see from them?
There's a couple things. One is to continue the path of consistency. We're starting to see things happen more frequently, which is a good sign. But that, to me, consistency and chemistry are the two things that will determine the success of an offensive line.
The new rule of 5 years for 5 seasons, does that affect offensive line or your approach to it?
Yeah, absolutely. It makes young guys available sooner to do certain things for your team. And we are totally exploring that avenue. I feel really good about our 2026 class that's joined us. And those young guys have done a great job buying into the standard, and we're molding right now and becoming, but because of that rule change, it allows more flexibility in what we do with those guys early on in their career.
Are there a particular freshman you figure could be playing this year?
No, I think these guys are collectively are getting better every day, and to me, it's more about them matriculating into our system, acclimating to what our standards are. And once that occurs, right, now you can find avenues for them because of that 5 for 5 years. So I think we're in that phase right now.
So you can even wait until the 10th, 11th, 12th game to play for them.
Absolutely. And it gives you a lot of freedom that way, which helps your depth, right? Because you're not staring at that 4-game redshirt rule down the barrel, right? So I think it does help the development of young players and also what you're able to do with them.
One of the guys who's been getting a lot of praise is Bastion. What has been the big difference from what he's brought last year and into this year?
Yeah, I can't say enough about that kid. When we started our journey together last year, right, things were not going his way, but I think he's found a new love for football because of how his mind has persevered. I think it's unlocked a new level to him, and what he's been doing for our unit, for our team, has been really, really rewarding to watch.
And then quickly off the field, a couple days ago, I saw you got to take your kids to the first day of school. It's a pretty fast-paced industry, but you got a chance to slow down a little bit. Just what's it like, being able to take that moment and slow down, and despite things were going fast and the furious over here?
Yeah, that's my favorite question you've asked so far. One, I appreciate the head coach being mindful of his guys, and wasn't mandated, but the head coach made it extremely clear to take our kids to school, right? And for me, that's extremely meaningful because of how important my family is to me. So to have a head coach treat his staff that way is invigorating, and it's exciting. I'm deeply appreciative of it. And like you said, man, you get to break out a little bit and take your kids to school and hopefully try to create core memories in their crazy job. And I'm just appreciative of the head coach for allowing us to do that.
Talking about Bastion Sweeney, if the current rules were enforced when he came in, he wouldn't be eligible this year. So it's nice to have him around.
Yeah, we got lucky. This is his 38th year of college football, and got grandfathered in. So, we got lucky with that one. Like I said, I can't say enough about Bastion Sweeney and what he means to this team.